But why? Well, let me tell you why. 안녕하세요, kimincoree, Ki미입니다. Hi, this is Kimi Park from kimincoree, and in today's video, while we are waiting for the induction ceremony, I'm gonna go through what's new this year at the Kinfluencer Academy. But before to go through the details of the mission score and the rewards, I just wanted to remind you that this year, the induction ceremony is gonna take place on the 19th of May under the theme 2023 Beyond the K. I'm probably gonna be watching it from this very sofa, enjoying a milk tea, and chatting about it with my fellow K-influencer on Instagram. What about you guys? Where are you watching this from and where will you be watching the ceremony from? Let me know in the comments. So, what changed this year? Let's review the basic information first, then we'll have a look at the mission score, and finally the rewards. So in 2022, the K-Influencer Academy had 1,856 members, of which 1,010 were newcomers, brand new to the academy, like I was last year. But this year we're slightly more people at 1,930 members, of which 1,452 are newcomers. What about you guys? Is that your first time at the academy, or are you back? And this year, just like last year, the two biggest languages of the academy are English and Spanish. Hola, me llamo Kimi, ¿cómo está? You might be aware of that, but the academy is starting 1 month earlier this year. So last year it started in June and went until October, with the trip for the winners in November, whereas this year it started in May and will finish in September with the trip in October. In both years you have 5 main missions and 3 optional missions. So you have 1 mission per month, but the way the optional missions are spread out is a little bit different because last year it was 1 month out of 2. So you had June, August and October, whereas this year it's 3 months in a row in June, July and August. The single biggest and most interesting change this year is that for each of the monthly mission, we are not gonna get just 1 topic, but 2 topics to choose from. And this is great because it will allow you to choose the topic that fits your channel identity better. Let's have a look at the mission scores. So there's actually quite a bit of change in the way the missions are going to be scored this year. And it's quite interesting for everybody to know and to compare with last year. And bear with me, I'm going to explain why. In terms of the score for participations, so last year if you submitted your video on time, you got 40 points. Then if you submitted a bit late within 1 week, you had 20 points. And if you did not submit your video, you had 0 point. And then this year, they wrote 40 points for on time, minus 20 for late, and minus 40 for submission. In any case, try to submit on time. If you create a thumbnail for your video, last year you got 5 points, whereas this year you get 10 points. As well as if you create an extra video, last year you had 5, but this year you have 10. Now, there are 2 categories that have been added this year that did not exist last year. The first one is not that complicated. It's adding a description under your video, including the hashtag Kinfluencer. So don't forget to add it. But this year, a brand new category has been added in the criterium. It's the running time. So running time means the length of your video. So you get 30 points for a video over 5 minutes and 1 scene change, whereas you get only 20 points for a video between 3 and 5 minutes, and you get minus 10 points for a video under 3 minutes. It obviously means that shorts are not included as videos because shorts are always under 1 minute. So make sure that you are doing a minimum of 3 minutes per video. And I also wanted to mention some other categories from last year which are not part of the criterium for this year, but I was still wanted to let you know because I still think it's best practice to do these even though you don't get points for it. Last year you got 10 points for sharing your video on your social medias, on Instagram, on Facebook, Twitter, etc. I still reckon that it's very useful to do that because you still want to let your followers on different platforms know that you have a new video out, and it increases the chances that they will click on the link that you're sharing and go check out your video. Also, last year you got 20 points for creating additional shorts. This year they just said that they welcome extra shorts, but it's not really part of the criterium. But creating shorts is a good way for you to get discovered while people are scrolling through the shorts. And the other 2 categories from last year were conforming to the theme, that was 5 points, and something else called comprehension basic score at 15 points, which I'm not quite sure what it meant, but yeah. But you might be sitting here thinking, alright Kimi, great to compare, but why? Well, let me tell you why. The point by comparing the 2 is that I wanted to see what is important for the K-Influencer Academy this year. So it appeared that what is important for them this year are a better video quality as well as a bit longer videos, to make sure that you are submitting your videos on time and to make sure that you are doing all of the compulsory missions. Now, what about the optional missions? As the name indicates, they are optional, and for them, just like last year, you basically have 10 points if you just do it and do it on time, and you get half of the point if you submit late. Something to keep in mind is that if your video is obviously not at all in theme with what the mission topic was about, it's not gonna work. I do remember last year a guy in my group chat saying like, I submitted on time, why didn't I get 10 points? And the admin replied that the video that person submitted did not really have anything to do with the topic that was given, so they estimated that it was not a video that was made with the topic in mind and did not count. So make sure to follow the topics. Let's move on to the rewards. So the top 10 scorers of each mission can get some rewards. Last year, you would get a channel design template that's like, a banner for your channel. And we also got a vouchers. A voucher is a Google or Amazon gift card or YouTube ads, and everything was the same value, you just had to pick one. This year, it appears that there's not gonna be any vouchers. However, and it's quite interesting, there's still gonna be the channel design template, but there is also gonna be a source support for content production. That can be images or sound sources that you would be able to use for 1 month. So what does that mean? Music and pictures come with copyright, and you can have access to some catalogs of footage and music that you can use royalty-free in your videos. And usually to access those library, you have to pay. So what I'm assuming is that you would get for 1 month access to this given library. And now I just wanted to mention the intensive member. If like me, you are part of the intensive members, it means that there are some extra criterium on which you are being graded compared to the general members. And there is also some extra reward that you can get. The extra criteriums are the growth rate of your channel from 1 month to the next. So basically how many new subscribers you get, and the channel influence. Now, I'm not entirely sure what they mean by channel influence. So if you have an idea, please let me know in the comments, because I'm really not sure what it means. And this year, just like last year, the intensive member reward is only for the top 10 of the intensive members per month. It's a voucher. And of course, the top prize is a trip to Korea for the 5 main winners, as well as the 3 special prizes, of which I had the honor to be part of last year. And it was an amazing experience for which I'm forever grateful. That's it for me today. If you find this video useful, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. And I see you at the induction ceremony or in my next video. Bye!